Welcome everybody to our Friday night. Wow, to our Friday Lunch and Learn. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it's January. Welcome 2022. So the class I wanted to share with you guys today is about filling your date book. I heard a great analogy today about how when you're doing less than 30 faces in a month, it's like just stacking wood. You're getting ready to get going, but there's really not a lot of momentum. So you kind of gather sticks. If you can imagine in a field, you gather sticks and you create these little piles, but there's no real energy behind that. Once you hit 30 faces, now you've got enough kindling or wood in the pile to start creating a fire. But it is like kindling. Once you do like, and doing 10 sharing appointments. So if you do 30 faces, you find 10 people that will hear about the career opportunity. When you're doing 40 faces in a month, now you've got some glowing, you've got some fire going on. It's creating a little bit of a flame. When you do 60 faces in a month, it is like wildfire with a prairie wind. I mean, it just goes. So now prior to the pandemic, and I'm going to be very transparent, when I would think about doing 30 faces, I'm thinking, okay, if the average household, because I wasn't working virtually at all, which is my bad. But when I would think about that, I think, well, if the average party has, let's say 4 to 5 people, so the hostess plus 4. So that would be at 5 people at a time. That's going to be about 12 parties during the month, okay, which is not impossible at all. That's 3 parties a week. That's not a big deal. But then I'm thinking with my unit, the size that it is, it's like, okay, so finding time to do also the kickoff parties for my consultants, driving to those parties and driving. Well, now that we're going almost 100% virtual or hybrid, to see 20 faces in a week is really not that big of a deal. Now you got to think about this is if we could start romancing the hostesses to inviting people from all over the place. So let's say Lori was my hostess and I'd say to Lori, oh my gosh, Lori, this is going to be so exciting. I'd love to see you get 10 people at your party. So you might even think about changing up, and we're going to talk about this on Tuesday night, but about changing up your hostess incentive. You might give them an additional item at half off in addition to their hostess credit for having 10 or more people there. So keep in mind, she's got to think outside the box. So if Lori was my party hostess, I'd say, Lori, well, whose family? And I said, Lori, let's just brainstorm. Think of who do you know that's family? Who comes to mind? What about people from your previous jobs? What about people you know through your kids? What about young moms? Who do you know who was a teacher while your mother-in-law was the principal of the school? Like, start thinking outside the box. But remember, the hostess wants to know what's in it for her. So if you get a hostess that's really excited, she's going to work to get 10 people there. Now, one of the things that I am on a mission between now and seminar. So January through June, I'm on a mission for a couple of things. And I want this so ingrained that I can stop any one of you at any time on a street and say, what's our mission? Our number one mission is to build 22 reds this year, to have 22 red jackets in our unit. I think right now we have like 9. So we need to build a 22 reds. And one of the things I really want you guys to be great at is booking a party from every party. So every party you hold, you should be able to book at least 2 more parties. And so I want it to be that you guys, your confidence level to do those bookings is super, super, super high. So guess what has a huge impact on that? What you think and what you expect. So if you think, oh, she's not going to want to do that, why would they want to see me twice? And no one's going to want to get together again. Or, oh, it's only a group of 4. No one else is going to book. You're going to get exactly that. No one's going to book and it's not going to be exciting. So what if you, through what you were expecting, this isn't so much skill, it's attitude. What if you were expecting to get 2 bookings from every party? So you hold a party with Lori tonight and you walk away with 2 bookings. You hold a party with Sylvia tomorrow morning, you have 2 more bookings. Well, now you've held 2 parties, but you've got 4 more on your date book. Does that make sense? You get somebody on you get 3 women on the virtual event tonight that don't know each other. I guarantee you at least one of those 3, after they hear me talk about it tonight, are going to book a party. Let's say all 3 book a party. You could go out tonight with 3 new bookings. So it's really, really in what you're expecting. It's what we're telling ourselves. Write this down. This business used to be 90% attitude, 10% skill. And I find with us working virtually right now, and I'm going to be really transparent with you, I feel like it's 98% belief and attitude and 2% skill. Gang, if you've watched me do any of my lives, I drop things, I forget things. The other day when I was shooting the Friday night pink pop-up or Tuesday night pink pop-up, I couldn't remember the prices of things. So I said, well, it's either 14 or 16. I'm thinking, oh my God, Diane, that is so not good to put on a video. But they'll figure it out. If they want to buy it, they'll figure it out. It's not that big a deal. But the whole point of this is I'm sharing with you is you can do this. Now, let's talk about goals versus your pink dreams. Okay, so goals are like, oh yeah, I'd like to get, I'd like to make $500 a month to cover my cell phone bill and to, buy shoes, or I want to have money to take my husband out on date night once a month. So I need $300. Okay, those are great. Those are little goals, but what about the big pink dreams? What about the dreams that God placed in your heart? Big dreams. I'm talking about, why not a car for your family? You guys don't think that a car is a big deal? A car is a huge deal. That was probably the pivotal moment in my career when I picked up the Mary Kay car. Now, when I earned my car many decades ago, they didn't allow you to get a car and DIQ at the same time. You had to earn your car, and then as soon as you were done with your car, then you got to go into DIQ. It was a lot harder back then, and they never counted more than 600. So if I ordered 1,100 or 1,200 or 1,300, they only counted 600. So it's so much easier now, but a car, you guys, customers get it. When you say, oh my gosh, Grace, run out in the driveway. Wait till you see my Mary Kay car I just earned. She's like, what? You earned a car? Wait a minute. How'd you do that? Right? She's going to go, she will look at you and your business in a completely different light than she ever has before, ever. And you guys want to have your family support you and pay attention? You bring home a car. You start earning Star Consultant prizes every quarter, but you bring home a car, let me tell you, waters part. Now, if you love the car, let's say you've got the Lamborghini of your dreams, or you've got the Tesla of your dreams, or whatever the car is that you're driving and you love it. I get that, because when I earned my first car, I even said to my director at the time, Janice, our national, I said, but I don't need a car. I love my car. It was my first new car. I'd paid it off in 2 years. So I paid it off really fast. So in 2 years, I had no car payment. It was a Nissan Sentra hatchback, comfortable. I had air conditioning for the first time in my life. Little did I know the kind of cars I'd be getting used to driving. But my point is that I don't want the car. But then she planted the seed and said, but Diane, how much could you sell your car for? And I went, I don't know, probably, I don't know. So I went and looked up the Blue Book value, and the Blue Book value was $8,500. Now, I mentioned that to my in-laws. My father-in-law said, you're going to sell your car? Remember, it was 2 years old. He was in my driveway the day after I picked up my Mary Kay car with a cashier's check for $8,500. He knew I had babied that car. I'd taken great care of it. It'd been inside it was like totally pristine. And he knew he needed a new used car. So I got a check for $8,500, and I got to call AAA and cancel my car insurance. And every 2 years when that DMV sticker comes, or every year when that DMV sticker comes, I pay it, send Mary Kay the bill. In less than 30 days, they give me the money back. I don't even pay, I haven't paid DMV registration tags in over 30 years. I've paid anywhere from $20 to $35 a month for car insurance for the last 30 years. You guys, do you have any idea? I feel like that is what helped pay for my kids' private school and college. The amount of money I have saved not having to make a car payment and a car insurance payment. Granted, I have a little underwriting fee with Mary Kay of $20 or $30 a month, but that's nothing compared to what a brand new car insurance would be. A brand new Cadillac, the insurance is a lot, even with a great driving record. So my point is what about the car? So what are your pink dreams? So we have goals, right? But what are those big girl dreams? Maybe it's the car. Maybe it's National Court of Sales and National Court of Recruiting to get that diamond B and that diamond pin. Maybe it's directorship. What about earning a top director trip? Now you might be thinking, but Diane, I'm not even a director yet. How could I get a top director trip? Because of COVID and working virtually, there are people who are becoming directors. I just met one this morning. She joined in August of 2021. So she was in August, September, October, November, December. And in 5 months, she's become a new director, earned her Malibu, and she's right now on target for the Cadillac. Okay, she's been in the company 5 months. She's 48 years, late 40s, her job up until just this last month, she was working full-time, 50 to 60 hours a week, and doing her Mary Kay on the side. She's got a couple kids, junior high and high school at home, busy, busy, busy life. And she said, I don't want this life anymore. I want off the crazy merry-go-round. And she said, I looked at Mary Kay as my opportunity. You guys, 4.5 million people left their jobs last month, in November, excuse me. 4.5 million. Have you made your list of the women you know? Have you made a list of the women that you know? So I want to do, so let me go back to your pink dreams. What is the big girl dream? Don't settle for little. Is that really what you think God wants you to do, is settle for little? Do you think he made you to just be okay with where you are? No. God wants you to have all the blessings and abundance of life. If he has a banquet, are you going to show up with a spoon? or a little tea plate, me, I'm bringing the biggest platter I can carry. If it's 2 feet wide by 3 feet long and I can carry a platter, I'm showing up to the banquet with God with that size of a plate. Why not? Right? You guys, if you don't want something and you're not willing to do the work, that's one thing. But if God has planted a seed in your heart, go for it. What have you got to lose? Keep in mind, this business is 98% attitude and 2% skill. You guys absolutely can do this. The only thing holding you back, are you ready for this? Sit down. You may not want to hear this, but it's you. That is literally the only thing holding you back is you. You can do anything you want. You could have 3 kids at home, special needs kids, training, all kinds of things, a family that maybe laughs at what you're doing. It doesn't make any difference. What do you want? What do you want for your life? What are you willing to work for? So I want to tell you, I'd really love to see you guys really focus on these 30 faces. Now think about this. Janice R National does at least 1 party or 2 parties a month where you can get samples or they can watch stuff, right? But at least 1 party with samples. It's next Wednesday, but I don't know when you're listening to this recording, but there's usually always at least 1 a month. Then I usually do 2 or 3 more in a month. So you can tap into those. But what if you were your own hostess and you booked a really strong skincare party and invited all these individual people that you know? And what if you got so excited about doing faces that you literally made your list? I will tell you guys, people will book parties with you, especially if you make them sound fun. Okay, so let me tell you the 5 things you need that'll happen when you start holding a lot of parties. And this is what's going to help you get all these parties. Number 1 is you have to be having fun. If you're not having fun and you look stressed or you make it sound like it's a big deal or it's not a fun thing, women won't want to do it. They're so stretched, so thin right now. Women are so overwhelmed with life. The last thing they're going to take time to do is something that's not fun. They're going to go, no. But if it's fun, ooh, you guys, they'll line up. They'll line up. They'll say, when can you fit me in? Or they'll say, how's this Friday? You go, oh, I'm booked. I'm booked 2 Fridays out. The soonest I can fit you in would be the 22nd of January. I'm booked. So how would that, what would that feel like, right? So number 1 is you got to have fun. Number 2, why are you holding parties? Because you're looking for your next team member. You're looking for your next team member. Who could she be? She's the one at the party who maybe interrupts you and plugs the product or says, oh my gosh, this is so fun. All my friends are going to come. I'm so excited. That's what you're going to look for. Number 3 is you're going to be looking for your next hostess. Who is going to be the person on there, or who is going to be the people, multiple hostesses that are going to say, oh my gosh, they love the product. They don't want to pay for it. They love their whole bathroom to be filled with Mary Kay. And remember, they don't love the product until you share with them the product. So if you love all the product, they're going to love what you love. If you're not on at least, I'd say, and I'm counting like makeup almost as one thing. If you aren't on at least 20 items in Mary Kay, you need to go back and start using things. Are you using satin hands and satin lips and skincare and microderm and radiance peel and retinol and serum C? Are you using the charcoal mask and the gel mask and biocellulose? And are you using the brow pencil and the brow, like, are you using everything? Because you cannot sell what you do not love. All right. So number 1 was having fun. Number 2 is you're looking for your next team member. These are not necessarily in this order. Number 3, you're looking for is who's your next hostess. The next thing you're looking for is leads and referrals. Because if you play a game at every single party, and you might do a ticket game, you could do just a deserted island game. There's a thing called a fabulous referral game. But again, if you give them a gift or you give them a prize or you give them something, they will do that. And we're going to be focusing on that in training at our meeting over the next couple of weeks, is constantly showing how to continue to generate new leads. Okay. And then the very last thing is sales. Sales are going to happen. Sales are going to be there. Trust me. If you expect them to get this, they will. So I was just talking with a brand new consultant. She said, well, I called 2 people from the party last night and they don't want anything. And I go, okay, so can I ask what you said? And she goes, yeah, I called them and said, did you have fun last night? Because you told me to ask them that first. And I said, I did tell you. So there is the 8-point close, and it's an 8-point close for a reason. So she said, did you have fun last night? And they said, yes. And she says, did you want to get anything? And they said, not now. And she said, okay. And she hung up. And I thought, okay, that is not what the script says. That's not how you close a party. You've got to be focused on them. So the sales will come. The sales will come. So I want you guys to know that I have a lot of parties. I don't always promote this, and maybe that's my bad. I have a lot of parties, and you guys are always welcome to watch me. If you don't mind staying off camera, and not interrupting the party, you can jump on any of mine, whether it's 2 people or I've got 6 or 7 people, whether it's mothers and daughters or whatever. You are welcome to jump on anything that I'm doing, because I want you guys to feel like you can learn what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything magical. I screw up on stuff. In fact, what did I do the other week? I forgot to wash off. What did I demo? We were going to do microderm. And as soon as we did the charcoal mask on just their nose, I had them do, then I had them put gel mask on their cheeks, and I forgot to have them wash it off. And then I had them do microderm. The girl goes, this feels a little weird. And I said, oh my God, did I not have you wipe off the gel mask? And she goes, no. And I said, oh, I totally screwed up on the order. So they wiped off the gel mask, then they did microderm, then I had them put whatever was left in their package back on their cheeks. So I do want you to learn from me, although you may learn how to just roll with the punches and screw up, but you know what? That makes you real. They had more. I actually sold a ton of product at that party with 5 women. So just know, if you were to focus on 30 faces, so I want you to think about something. You can get the sales from your customer base if you add a 0. So let's say you have, or 2, a 0. So if you have 20 customers, you're probably going to get about $200 a month in reorders. Okay. If you had 30 customers, you'd probably get $300 a month in reorders, or a little bit more. If you have 40 customers. So the goal is right now is building your base. So one of the last ideas I wanted to close with, which I'll get right back to, is again, building your customers strong. Okay. So again, focusing on why to have parties, having fun at your parties, looking for your next team member, looking for your next hostess, looking for referrals and leads. Of course, getting bookings from your bookings is super key. And the last thing, of course, is sales. So I want to share with you one really last quick idea. And this is, I want you guys to go back and maybe make a brand new sheet that says 100 skincare customers strong 2022. And you're going to maybe number the first page 1 through 10. Maybe you make 10 sheets. Okay. And your goal is to get the first 10. Look through your receipts and your profiles or whatever, and say, okay, who's currently on skincare, has bought skincare in the last 60 days, or has reordered the whole set of skincare. So they're not on a piece, they're on skincare, right? And maybe let's just say Lori's got 7 of those. Let's say Lori's got 7 people on skincare on a regular basis. Her goal is, who could I add this week? 3 more people on skincare. So one thought might be, is let's say I look into my customer base, and I'm going to think of a woman named Michelle. She bought the Miracle set from me, I'd say a year ago. She's bought eye cream once or twice, and now she buys eye makeup remover on a regular basis, but I know there's no way she's using our skincare. So I decided to do a little experiment last night, and I called her, and she answered the phone, and I said, hey, how was your Christmas? And we chatted for a minute. I said, hey, I've got a special thing I wanted to talk to you about. It's called 2020. Do you have a quick second? She said, yeah. Now, I'm just telling you, I just did this as a little experiment. I said, I'm assuming since you haven't ordered it in a year, I'm assuming you're not using Mary Kay skincare anymore. And she laughed. She goes, has it really been a year? I said, yeah. And she goes, well, I use the cleanser occasionally. And I said, you still have the cleanser? And she said, not very much, but a little. And I said, okay, because that cleanser is supposed to last you 3 months. So we kind of had a laugh over the phone. And I said, do you notice any difference in your skin when you're not using skincare? And she goes, I do. I'm just lazy because I have 2 little kids. And I said, I get it. I said, so here's what our company and I really want. We want you back on skincare. So if you'd be willing to do a 20-day trial with me, I would drop off. Now, I know not everybody can do this because of inventory, but I said to her, if I get you the skincare set, you would pinky promise me you're going to use it for 20 days, morning and night. If you will commit to that, like I need you to like truly commit to taking care of your skin, at least the basic skincare for 20 days. At the end of the 20 days, I'm just going to pitch you a quick call, and I want to know, how does your face feel now versus then? And I'm going to ask you to download an app called Skin Analyzer and analyze your skin before you start the 20 days, and then analyze just take another, it takes not even 30 seconds to hold your phone up, line up the little thing, and it'll take your picture. But it analyzes the surface of your skin and looks at the texture of your skin and fine lines and hydration and all of that. And if on 20 days, you're going to scan it again, takes under a minute, and I'm going to pitch you a quick call. And on that day 20 or day 21, Michelle, you can say to me, I did notice a difference. I want to be back on skincare. If you are willing to go back on skincare, you get to get that whole Miracle set that you've been using at 20% off. So instead of paying $110, you'd get $22 off the price. And our company doesn't normally do discounts, and that's a really big deal. Plus, there's a slight price increase coming up next month, but you could get it at that price if you'd be willing to pinky promise me you're going to use it for 20 days. What do you think? Now, some people are going to go, no, I'm not willing to do that. And that's fine. If she's not willing to do that, then honestly, I'm going to go into book her as a hostess and say, well, you know, there is a New Year promotion going on where you can get a half off shopping spree by having a group of your girlfriends get virtual samples. I said, it's so fun. You guys, it's all in how you romance it. Instead of telling them they want to book a party, say, well, you know, we can get all your girlfriends together in their own bathrooms, drinking whatever they want to drink at home in their PJs or whatever. They can even get a babysitter or tell their husband to take the kids out on a bike ride or to the movies. And this is a chance for your girlfriends to have an hour of fun, self-care, and you get to benefit because you get all the hostess credit. You get 50% off shopping spree for $100 a half off. You get 10% of the party sales, and you get more free product for every one of your girlfriends. And usually 2 to 3 of your girlfriends will book off your party. And you can always book off your own party. Again, planting that seed. So I'm just going to my customer base. Now, you may not have a very big customer base, but let's say Lori's got at least 40 customers on PCP. She's probably going to take those 40 and say, okay, who's buying from me, but they're not on skincare? Those are going to be the first. So my goal is by the end of the weekend. What's today? Friday. So by the end of the weekend, my goal is to have 10 customers. The thing I got to be careful of is I only have in my inventory right now, like 3 sets of repair and only about a dozen miracle sets because my inventory is a little out of whack right now. I need to place a really big order of skincare. So I can get at least, I can probably get 10 people on skincare. But if you got just this weekend, if you got 5 people to get on skincare. So here's the deal. Let's say I call this girl, Michelle, back up, which by the way, she said she would do it. She goes, you know what? She goes, I feel like this call is meant to be. She goes, I just told my husband a couple of days ago, I am not taking care of myself. I don't feel positive as a mom and as a wife when I'm not taking care of myself at all. She goes, I'm so busy because she runs her own business. And I will talk to her about the Mary Kay opportunity as well. But she said she would be willing to do it. So when I go to Concord tomorrow, I'm going to drop off a miracle set on her porch. And I'm going to put a little note in there and say, thank you for being part of the 2020. Use this for your, you know, day 1 will be the first day that you text me. I hope it's tonight. Let me know when day 1 is. And then I just put this little note inside the little bag. So if she uses tomorrow as day 1, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my date book, literally call, her name is Michelle Berkeley, call MB 5 days into it, 10 days into it, 15 days, just a real quick phone or a text. Say, thinking of you, is today day 5? How's it going? And then I might do the same text, super one-liner with little emojis on day 10. You're halfway there. How's your skin? And so I'm going to need to write down who these 10 people are because I'm not going to remember. But you guys, if you had at least 5 customers that are already loyal to you and on Mary Kay, get on skincare. Can you imagine if you could convert 5 of your charcoal mask customers to be on skincare? Now, you don't have to do the 2020 offer. I was just going to do that for 20 days. They get 20% off if they'll do a 20-day trial. That was just something I came up with on the drive home yesterday. I thought, what could I offer? And so I thought, well, that would be kind of fun. So 20, I just didn't want to do it longer than that, because if she says, I'm not that in love with it, Diane, I wasn't that impressed, I'm just not going to use it, I'd say, not a problem. Leave it on your porch. I'll swing by tomorrow, pick it up. And I bring it home and I do a CDS return, not a CDS, a product replacement. I'll use it now as my demo or something, and then or throw it away. And then I'll go find somebody else to get on skincare. But I bet you the majority of people who you get the skincare to will keep it and fall in love with it. Now, for some of you, you're thinking, yeah, but that's all that money out there. So another thought would be, is you could say to her, well, your discounted price would be whatever the 110 is minus 20%. So whatever that is, plus tax. And you could say to her, well, I just need a 50% deposit. And if you like it on day 21, you can pay me the rest. If you don't like it on day 21, I refund your money and take the set back. So that's another option. You could always do something like that. But this is not with people that I don't know and don't trust. Like, I'm not going to drop off a set of skincare to some lady who I just met. But you guys all know who I'm talking about. Maybe it's the sister or sister-in-law or your aunt, somebody who's bought a few things from you, but they're not on skincare. Now, I guarantee you can get 1 or 2 at least minimum, I hate the word minimum, that are on repair. Because if she's on repair, she's going to want to get it for a 20-day trial at 20% off. She saves $40. She saves $41 by doing the 20-day trial on the repair set. So I'm kicking myself because I only have 3 repair sets in stock. I could get those out like that. So just a thought. And if that doesn't excite you, I know we can come up with another thing, but I really, really would challenge you guys to print out this sheet. And I'm going to post this on our Facebook page. It's called, I don't know why it says this on the top, but it says girls behaving pinkly. I don't know who came up with that, but there's 30 faces in 30 days on here. And here's your 10 shares. And so now my goal is to post 2 of these side by side, and I need to up my game. I need to go and focus on, instead of just focusing on 30 faces every month, I need to go for 50 and 60. Because you guys, the months that you do that, you will add 4, 5, and 6 team members, and the amount of money you will make for your family is outrageous. But do not think that you're going to be holding 30 appointments. To do 30 faces, it's not 30 appointments. Oh my gosh. One of my new team members, she's only done 2 parties, one with me, which was her kickoff party, and then a really small follow-up party that she did. And then we have one booked next weekend. Between those 3 parties, she will hit her 30 faces. She had 9 at her kickoff party. The little follow-up party that she did on her own was 4 people. So that puts her at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And she's already got at least 10 coming to the second party. So that could put her at 23. So not quite, but 3 parties and she's already at 23. So this doesn't mean you guys are holding 30 individual appointments, right? And please take advantage of what is being done virtually, like Friday nights, not every Friday night, but most Friday nights. And I might be changing that up because I need to look at my schedule of when I can hold my own parties. And I might be switching my parties to Thursdays after Janice's Career Opportunity events, because I just need to find another night, because sometimes what my hostesses want to book on Friday. So, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. But for right now, there is one tonight. So if you're watching this video, you can grab people on. And if you guys want to see me, I'm going to be romancing tonight so much about booking a party off the party and being a hostess, to the point where everyone's going to want to book a party off of the party tonight. That's the goal, right? All right, you guys, I hope this has been helpful. I hope you have an amazing Friday, and make 30 your faces your goal. And if you want to be one of our 22 Reds for this year, let me know, because I'm making a poster and I have 20, I printed them out. I'm cutting out 22 red jackets and I'm putting their picture on there. So as soon as you have 3 active, and if you are currently a red jacket, just see, are all 3 of yours active? If so, your picture is going to go up on my wall. If they're not all 3 active, let's get you some new team members and get you back into red, so you can be one of our 22 red. And the celebration we're going to have when we hit 22, I'm going to throw a party at my house. And if you are not local, you will get a party box at your house so that you can party with us. All right, you guys, talk to you soon. Have a great day.